Yeah, it's live stream.
Good afternoon and warm wishes to all of you. Respected guest speaker, sir, Mr. Ayush Vij, Director, IIMT College of Science and Technology, Mrs. Poonam Pandey, ma'am, IIC President, Dr. C.S. Yadav, Convener, IIC, Dr. Disha Vidyarthi, ma'am, HOD, ma'am, Dr. Vishali, BSc Computer Science, all the coordinators and faculty representatives of IIC, all the attendants present here on this virtual platform. I, Mehak Bhatia, Assistant Professor, BSc Computer Science, welcome all of you in today's session, that is session on problem solving and ideation workshop.
Mhm.
I feel honored and privileged to have Mr. Ayush Vij for the resource person in today's session. Um, Mr. Ayush Vij was running a startup, Pal Tokri, and presently he's running homestay business Pahadi House in Shimla, Himachal Pradesh. I welcome him for today's session, and I would like to invite Mr. Ayush Vij for today's session. And over to you, sir.
Hi, thanks, Meg, and thanks for the introduction. Thanks for IIM colleges for giving us the opportunity to interact with people. So, hi everyone. This is Ayush. Let me give a brief, small introduction about myself. I'm an MBA in marketing and HR. Am I audible perfectly fine?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Just one thing, we are like IMT. A little rectification in our name. Thank you so much for being with us.
No
It is
problem.
the IMT Group of Colleges, Greater Noida.
Sorry. So
No,
thanks
it's
for
okay. Fine, sir.
IIMT. No problem. So thank you for IIMT for inviting us and giving us the session to interact with students to share our experiences. So coming to me, I am Ayush and I'm a marketing in MBA in marketing and HR. So my journey started with affiliate marketing and we did some projects at back in colleges. So if we talk about that journey, that would be good to know if a student wants to know how we started with the process, how this process began. So we, while doing the MBA, was a member of CII. CII is Confederation of Indian Industries. That is a chapter that is all the industrialists, all the um, big politicians, I would say, policymakers are the part of CII. Under CII, we have one chapter called CIIYI. That's called Confederation of Young India. And this is a collaboration with young Indians who wish to work in the field of entrepreneurship. And so that's how the journey begins. We were the member of CII. Under the CII at 2015, there was a competition that was inaugurated by Mr. Modi ji, Prime Minister of India, under the name of Startup India. So we all went there. We had some sessions and we presented our project. That later on I started as a founder. Later on, I was a founder for that project known as Fal Tokri. So at that time, we started with the project. We gave the presentations. We cleared the first round, as we called the angel investment project that we go with. And that's a very good process when you learn about how the business need to be run, what are the market scenario, what are the market strategies, how we need to focus on it, what is the launching process. So we learned that process in that way. And that's how we started with the project name Fal Tokri. Coming to the Fal Tokri, so if students are with me, I tell you, when we start with a business, there are main three things that we need to focus first. One would be the target marketing. Target market means that where your product need to be launched, where you need to start with, and what area you would be serving. That's called target marketing. Then second is organizing the company. That means that you need to organize, you need to see which company you need to register. As we have three companies that we can start with. The first is sole proprietorship. That is, the owner of the company would be sole, that would be an individual person. Then comes the LLP, limited liability partnership. Then that is a private company. And along with you, along with the five board of members, we have the company diluted to shares and equities. That's called LLPs. And then we have partnership companies in which we have two or three or four partners. Accordingly, the assets and the shares of the company are evaluated. So when I started with first company that we started in 2018, that was Faltokri, and I did that as a sole proprietorship, and we began with the first step that was called registration of the company. After getting the registration of the company, we need to apply for the GST. We got the GST applied, and after applying for GST, we did some work under the field of import because the product was related to some import qualities. So we applied for import license, under which we got some material from outside, and then the process start of building up a company. The first phase that came up with us was that Faltokri basically was the product that we created in the field of fruits. So the product has one best quality, that was that no one in India till date, I can say, that have given a shelf life to fruits. So what our tray was, it was the tray for all the diabetic people, for the heart people, for the gym freaks, for the ladies, for the anything that is related to fruit or anything that they want to replace it. And the sole motive of our product was to replace one specific meal with a healthy meal. So that was our motive. So that's how we started. And Faltokri was a good experience to learn from, and we ran the company till 2019, till the start of the coronavirus, and then lockdown came up. Then the scenario changes. Everyone faced that scenario, I believe, and that's how the company was little in losses. So we decided to just put that into auto mode. That means the process would not be initiative with a high scaling of the product. It would just be automotive depending on the orders or the distribution ships that we have already built. So that's how we built the Full Tokri. And coming to after Full Tokri, we were located in Chandigarh, so that's how we got into ITs also, as in we were delivering the fruits and juices to the IT sectors. That's how we met one of the person that was located in US, that was under the company of Fat Berries. So now I'm coming to the second project that we are already doing right now. That's a very interesting project, and that's related to IT. We been developing a online directory from past 1.5 years for US, and this directory would contain all the contact information digitally, all the information of the services digitally, and the payment online mode of appointment process of client meeting. That would be everything would be online. So it's basically a directory. So if you need anything, it can be from medical field, it can be from utility field, it can be from construction field, or it may be from anything related to shopping field. So whatever you need, you come to our side, you put up your inquiry, and within 24 hours, you would be getting a calls from your local area, the location that you have put or you like to have the contacts from, and all the contacts that are locally available in your locality would automatically be sent to your mobile, and our customer team would be calling you and asking you of what kind of a service you need, what pricing range you come in between, and all these things are being designed and designed and published by our company that is called, in India, it's called ABC Marketing Digitals. So that's the product that we have been operating from past 1.5 years, and that's pretty good. So if you want to go and just want to see and you want to see what the product is about, you can go to our website that's called www.rourtabloid.com. And when I was working as an advisor for this company, and when I was a marketing head for this company, so we had a lot of challenges in this field because in US to get a new product, US market is a little different. So we faced a lot of difficulties while launching this process. And but at the end, we right now we can say that we are a successful company. We have good numbers of clients, and we are growing. We are growing day by day. So this is about the IT sector. So that's how we landed to IT. And suddenly, with the process of lockdown and everything was going with the flow, So we decided to shift to another project that we are running right now. I'm located right now there only. I'm in Hills. So am I audible, everyone?
You're audible, sir.
Okay,
You're very
perfect.
much
Yes, sir.
audible.
So we can have a question also. We what we have later on. I'm just giving you an overview of what projects we have been doing right now. I'm related to basically three projects, three dimensions, I would say. The first one was mm, the food industry, consumer goods. That's where we were into. Perishable products. I'm sorry, perishable products. That the first category comes into. The second one is the IT product that comes the directly digitally. You want to know anything related to affiliate marketing. You want to know anything related to IT thing. You want to know how the products being launched, how the coding and everything. If you have question up, you can come up to me. Coming to the third project that we are doing right now is we build a beautiful homestay in the middle of the Narkanda. Narkanda is located in the top of the hill, and it's at the altitude of 11550, and so it's a snow area. Winters, it's beautiful for winter activities. So we had some property in this, and we had some passion, as we say that we want to run some that kind of a property. So we decided to build, and this process also start 1.5 years back. And then we came up, we see the site, local problems. The winter is a big problem, labor is a big problem, but we how anyhow managed it. And right now we have built up a homestay with the name of Pahari House, and we are good owners and we are proud owners for Pahari House as well. So this was my journey at now, and we are running a three projects. So this was the entire details of what I have been doing, coming and sharing my experience with all the students that listening to me, and what I've been saying right now. I want to share that how this process began, and what if you are interested in coming future to do some business, or if you feel like to doing it, how you need to think, what process you need to take, and what are the do's and don'ts of this process of any business. It can be an IT business, it can be a hospitality business, it can be an perishable product business, or it can be anything. It can be related to any process, because I've been doing this process from past 7 years, and I've been into many startups. I've been into many investment programs. I've been into many government programs where we look for funding, angel investment programs. So today the scenario is like people or the students, what they're thinking is to get a business, to get some investment, and they're good. But getting an investment on the ground, on the floor, is very, very difficult process. It's not impossible, I would say. You should have your product protocol right. If your protocol is right, your pitching is right, I think no one can stop you from being unique. A USP of that product should be clear in your mind, and that's how you go with it. You don't have to hesitate. See, when I started with my first project that I told you, full Tokri, I was already working in affiliate marketing in Delhi only, and I was working in mobile marketing. Affiliate marketing is a mobile marketing where you play video games, or you see videos, and in between of that videos there is an ad that comes up. Or if you're playing some free application, you're using a free application, of advertisement pops up. So this is called affiliate marketing. I was earning good, but anyhow, that called na student mind always there. So my mind was there in the competition of Modi ji when I won that CII competition under the national level. So I always had that curiosity to do that. So I started with it, and I was just telling you the problems that what we faced doing it. So first phase, that what we need to do is, the most important is you need to analyze your product. You need to see that a product is a problem solving or not. Main point is, if you pick any product right now who is successful, any product, you name it, I can give you an explanation. It would be a problem solving. The product which is problem solving is always have an opportunity with them. So the first product that you need to analyze, or if you have something in your mind, you see some traditional things in your back in your areas, that's big market right now. You see some organic products in your area, that's a big product right now. So First is you need to see, is there a problem, and that problem need to be solved. And if you find that gap between that problem and solving an issue, that is a business opportunity. That's called a business opportunity, and that business opportunity is never big or small. A small opportunity can be a very big opportunity, and a very big opportunity can be a very small opportunity. So you don't think that a product of 1 rupee don't have a market share. Market share of 1 rupee product is a bigger than the product share of 1 lakh, 10 lakh rupees car. A product of a toffee, if you know the pulse toffee, if you know that pulse, it's the biggest example of one of the biggest examples of a coming time, that was a only toffee that was in a profit business. Coming to the digital world right now, there was no company that was in profit. Flipkart was not in profit. Every company that was running digitally was in profit. The last to last, what I remember the numbers was, in 2020, the only company was in profit of IT was Just Dial. Just Dial was the only company who make a profit of more than 1,000 crores in 2020. So what my point is, you don't see the opportunity to big or small or the money part. You just need to see and focus on only one point, that is to see the problem solving of that product. Once you see that, the second is making that product, or making that product unique, USP of that product, that need to be unique. Unique doesn't mean that you color it or make it simple. What right now scenario of the market is to keep it simple but effectively. The product need to be effective, and economically is that, see, economically high standard, that comes the third part of your product when you see the pricing of that product. The second opportunity that you need to focus after problem solving to analyze the product or analyzing what business you guys want to go in. And the second one would be coming up, that's more important, would be that you need to decide the USP of that product. These two things are decided, then comes the market space of that product. Market space means that when everything is being done, your product and your protocol is done, and then you need to see the market in which you want to launch, what categories that product fits into. There are three kind of categories that our market is divided into: lower, middle, and high luxury levels. So these are the three levels that basically is divided. It's not that, gee, we just need to focus on anything. It can be depending on the problem solving of the product, you will analyze your market. Market analyzing is the only reason. I've run 3 to 4 companies. I didn't tell you the failures of my companies. I'll discuss that later on. But the most important is market, where you need to see the timing of that product launch, the uniqueness of that product, and how that product need to be reached to masses. That's the main point of that. And after completing these three process,
Mehak ma'am, I think you need
Yes,
to
sir.
keep.
are we good?
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
No problem. So we, after three things, that comes the fourth part, that comes the pricing of the product. Because fourth is pricing, where you will be calculating your market expenses, where you would be calculating your product manufacturing or service. If it's in a service field, then you need to calculate the service thing. After deciding all these 3 points, you will be deciding on the final price tag of your product, on which you want to publish it, you want to launch it, you want to deliver it, you want to do whatever the product accordingly. So these are the four main market scenarios that we need to check before we launch a product or we decide a product. Now, if we have decided on what we are doing, and if we want to do something related to every product has been decided, now comes the scenario of angel investment, pitching of the product, how you need to pitch in front of the mm, judges, or in front of the investors, or in front of the team, or in front of the employees. Even if you want to bring the trust or bring the team back with you about the product, and then you want to start with it. So second comes the launching of the product. That's what we say, launching, I would say. Or I would say to to pitch the product to the investors. So that's how we do it. So in that way, we need to create a protocol of that product. That protocol can be, if that's a website, we need to have a blueprint of that product. If it's a product, we need to have a real product in front of us to show to tell them the uniqueness, to qualities of the product, what we are looking for, and what the product can be done. Reason why we need to go with this process is very important, because according to us, whatever we do, according to the process, what we design or what we think according to mind is perfect in our nature. But the actual picture is always given by the third person, or by the public, or by the jury, or by the customers, or anyone. That's called feedback. So to get the exact feedback, we need to place our product, or to get more vision, to wider the market, to wider the increase of the concept. We need to have that a product need to be introduced to the market, and this is done in very different ways. The different ways can be, you can go to the investors, local investors are there. That's one of the point. Second is, you get your product, you launch that product into market. That's called sampling. You give samples to the product. You give an option to try the products to the customers. So that's how you get to know the actual feedback of the product. And before launching, the feedback of the product is very important. As you might have seen, these big companies, if you talk about any Tata company, if you talk about any company, if you say, whenever they want to launch something or they want to do it, the product is always kept for 6 months trial process. Trial process is the process, or is the point where we need to work on our product more quality. Maybe we need to be maybe with the time we have increased the product quality. With time, we need to change, or we need to get according to the customer needs. So accordingly, we take that feedback from the market, and then we decide on how we need to start this thing in the future, and then we launch the process. So second phase of would be getting the feedback from the market. When entire process is ready, entire product is ready, then we launch it, pre-launch, that's what we call it. And after pre-launching, we get the feedbacks, we get the positive, negatives, all kind of a mixed reactions from the general public, or from the investors, or from everyone. And then we do these things. Coming second phase is done, I believe. And third phase is that government regulations. Today we have a lot of regulations when we run a business, and to complete all the norms is very important. You should know what norm need to be completed, when need to be completed, and how need to be completed. So very three basic needs of running a business would be registration of the company. That I told you, that are three companies that you need to do. One can be proprietorship, second can be partnership, and third can be LLP. That's one of the point. The second point comes that we have to register for GST, that compliances into your business. Was if you are selling something online, you need GST. If you're importing something, you need to GST. If you're generating bill, or you're generating invoices to your service, you need to have GST. That's very important these days. And there's a benefit of GST also. That's another thing that we can discuss, but later on, I believe, for some other day. So that's second thing that we need to do. And the third thing that we need to do would be companies registered, process is done. And the third, I told you, the market launching process. And the fourth and the most important, that depends the success of the business, would be marketing. I would believe marketing plays very important role. Why I say that? How you market the product, that's how the product is being gets the feedback, or gets the result from the market. So that's what we need to do. And marketing, we have different kind of a marketing processes to do. Many marketing processes starts with uh, as people, or as everyone, as students know, online, the basic one that we do. But through online process is a very powerful process these days, marketing. But organically the product is being marketed, organically product is being set up, is the backbone of the product. See, uh, if your backbone is strong of the business, these things just appreciate the product. Marketing online, putting the newspaper ad, putting some event ad banners, or something, different ways of doing things. But the most important and the most strongest way of getting your product market is to build a distribution channel. And your distribution channel is where you deal with the custom indirectly with your customers. You supply your product to the customers, and that's how this is done. So yeah, so this is how we it is. So anything that comes up from your mind, you want to know from me, anything you don't do.
Yes, so our students are very much live on the YouTube link of your session of this workshop on ideation and problem solving. The one question, a common question they want to ask is that, okay, they have the idea.
Your voice breakdown, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Sorry,
Yeah,
ma'am,
am I
your voice
audible?
breakdown. Student wants to know
Okay,
what?
okay.
I didn't get that.
Yes, I was just like mentioning that on their like behalf of the students. They want to know that okay, they have the idea of how they can be a successful entrepreneur. They have the vision of which market, which product they want to launch. But like in between, like as you quoted that like the COVID thing, a lot of challenges and entrepreneur faces. So what kind of problem solving attitude they can have, the kind of determination, like in could we all have seen that a lot of business got dumped because maybe the less of the determination or pulling through that thing or facing those challenges. So how, what kind of a tip you can give to those students who want to be in this field of entrepreneurship, so that in the times of challenges, how can they cope up with all those things? I think there's some technical glitch. Guest is not connected to us.